New York City's underbelly was as dark and festering as ever, a breeding ground for crime and corruption. In the shadows, Frank Castle moved silently, his eyes scanning the bustling streets. Tonight, his target was a notorious arms dealer known as Viktor Dragovic, whose operations had recently expanded into something far more sinister. As Frank infiltrated one of Dragovic's warehouses, he discovered not just weapons, but also evidence of human trafficking. Enraged and sickened, Frank knew this mission just became personal. Using the evidence gathered from the warehouse, Frank began a relentless pursuit of Dragovic, tracing his connections to an international terrorist organization. The deeper Frank dug, the more dangerous his adversaries became. Yet nothing could deter him from his path. During his investigation, Frank encountered Sarah, a former victim of Dragovic's trafficking, willing to help. Together, they uncovered the location of Dragovic's next big arms deal, a deal that would fund terrorist activities across the globe. As Frank prepared to strike during the arms deal, he walked right into a trap. Dragovic, anticipating Frank's moves, captured Sarah and used her as bait. Frank, confronted with his haunted past of losing loved ones, found himself torn between his desire for vengeance and the need to save Sarah. In a violent confrontation, Frank managed to rescue Sarah, but suffered severe injuries. Dragovic escaped, leaving Frank with a burning vendetta and a new clue leading overseas. Recovering from his injuries, Frank's resolve only hardened. He followed Dragovic's trail across Europe, navigating the murky waters of international crime. Each step brought him closer to Dragovic, but also pushed him further into a moral gray area, where the lines between justice and revenge blurred. In a remote village in the Balkans, Frank finally caught up with Dragovic. Their final confrontation was brutal and cathartic. As they fought, Frank grappled with the realization that his quest for vengeance could consume him completely. In the end, it was a local police force, alerted by Frank's earlier anonymous tips, that took Dragovic into custody. With Dragovic behind bars, Frank returned to New York. He visited Sarah, who had begun a new life. Her gratitude towards Frank, immense, yet mixed with concern for his unending war. As Frank walked away, the city's lights blurred into the night. He knew his fight was far from over. There were more criminals to chase, more evils to confront. But for now, he had won a significant victory, not just against crime, but against the darkness within himself.